What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining me on these analysis. We're going to be looking at AMD today. We haven't made an AMD video in a while, and things have turned out very good from the last time we spoke about AMD. Last time we spoke about AMD was March 8th through like April 7th or something like that, April 10th. So we were talking about buying it in this region here. We were saying that it's a solid buy. And as you can see from the lows, we ran up a total of 86%. So that was a pretty good opportunity to get in. We had these two trend lines drawn out. Whenever you break a primary trend line, you tend to run to the second trend line, the secondary one. So as we broke this one, you can see we broke it, retested, and we shot up to this primary or secondary trend line here. And now we're getting a break and retest of this key level of support, and now we're pushing up to higher targets. So now the next level that we're going to have to be looking at is this level here. That's going to be our next key level of support or resistance. As we continue to push up higher, we could remain in this range for some time after having such an extended move. Always a possibility. We will see how it plays out, but ideally you want to make it to the top of here, break through, and then continue that momentum to the upside. But things are looking pretty good here on AMD. When you take a look at the SMAs, we broke above our 20, retested, broke above our 200, retested, and then we did the same here on the 50, and now we're pushing up higher on the weekly. So those are very, very bullish signs. So here on the daily, you can see the 20s crossing over the 200, extremely bullish. After the 20 crossed above the 50, we got a nice run. So you still have all of these pushing up towards price, acting as even more support underneath price to push price even higher. AMD was suppressed for an extended period. As you can take a look here, you can see that ever since March 2024, it fell for about a year, and now it's starting to rally back up. Very, very bullish signs. When you take a look here on the fibs, you can see that we made it to that last line in the sand, the 886, and we found a key level of support, and we reversed dramatically to the upside, which is always nice to see. And on a major level from this point here, we pushed back to the 618, 0.5 of the 618, which is a key level of support for price to push price in the upwards direction, because this is a bullish pool. So you can see it bounced off of that region and we fell underneath it temporarily and we shot right back up. And now we're playing above this key golden zone, which is extremely bullish for AMD. When we look at the weekly RSI, we have a steep recovery. I mean, this thing's a V-shaped recovery, absolutely ripping to the upside. Very, very steep. And here on the daily, we were in the overbought territory and now we pushed back underneath. So it looks like it could potentially run into a little bit of resistance here on the yellow moving average, but I would expect it to continue this upwards trajectory of momentum on the RSI towards the upside. Here on the weekly MACD, we made it all the way to that bottom and we got the blue flipped above the orange, and then we got the green flip here on momentum to the upside. So a lot of bullishness. Hopefully we see a nice move like this and like we saw over here, and we can see much higher prices. But this is looking extremely bullish, and we are pushing back into the bullish territory as we cross the dotted line to the upside. And here on the daily, we've been holding in the bullish territory for a while, but we did get our flip mid-June. So the momentum is really pushing up and kicking up right now. Overall though, AMD is a nice addition to the portfolio. We were saying to buy down here, this was a great opportunity. And of course if you bought all the way at the bottom, 80% plus. If you bought in the mid-range of where we said to buy, you're still up about 50% in that short time period. Yeah, make sure you guys like and subscribe so you guys can see videos like this. So whenever I release videos, it can give you an idea of where to look at for key levels of support and resistance of where you could be buying. Of course, it's never financial advice. I'm just telling you key levels of support and where I think price could be going. I think AMD is a long-term buy and hold. You can DCA into this over 5, 10, 15 years. AMD is a solid company. Not financial advice, of course, but make sure, like I said, you guys like, subscribe, and drop a comment. I'll see you guys in the next one.